It's a sight that has seen more than its fair share of great playoff memories the last few decades, and more could be in store as we've got playoff football again at sold-out Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Straight ahead, it's Wildcard weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New England Patriots. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here's Gibson to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
That was well played there defensively. Two tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, on the opening drive, he was looking for a big chunk play. Unfortunately, that time, the secondary was ready for it. Charles picked it off. Not only that, they take it the other way for points.
Homework, preparation, research, it all comes back to that, BJ. Scouting your opponent, not just the players, but the coaches, too. And seeing what they call to begin a game, find out their tendencies. They recognize the early deep ball was part of their opposing game plan, and they weren't caught off guard when it showed up.
Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Christian Barmore breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. A give to Gibson running right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Gibson.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So into Pats territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Mahomes' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play there for KC. 43 yards. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing, Jones. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's another first down on a big gainer there, 33 yards.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
First carry now for Pierre Strong. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. Now Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Patriots. Dalton Keene. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots have moved out in front. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. Finding room at midfield. Still on his feet. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
No surprise he was targeted on that play, because you and I both know quarterbacks like guys who can catch the ball, but they actually expect that. They love the guys who do something with it after the catch.
Impressive, making him miss on that tackle attempt. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. And it's caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams just trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter with a nice little jab and get things going in their direction?
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Out of the gun, they give it to Stevenson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 48-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a first carry for their fullback. It's a room to maneuver. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Dalton Keene with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Patriots have moved out in front. And I want to give the big guy some credit because he deserves it, but where was the defense there? Because he's not a burner.
I think they fooled him big time by handing him the football. It's not normal for him to touch it very often on a running play. I think the defense was just ill-prepared for that eventuality.
Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Edwards. And some room to roam now. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. A big play there for KC. 43 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Pats are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start with a handoff to Strong. And a loose football. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Mahomes going to throw. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 15-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Butker is on target. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles, but they've got to take. And he loses the football a second time. And they're going to set up shop at the 20. Straight ahead, Gibson. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, right back to Gibson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down.
I tell you, he brings the wood when he comes flying up in run support. He may be a safety, but he hits like a linebacker.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Bryan Edwards, a 7-yard touchdown grab as they have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down. See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On the move to his left. That one complete down the field to Smith. Touchdown! Jonnu Smith, 37 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
The extra point up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
On the move past the 40. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Off the play fake. Jones. His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? you make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
On third down, Jones. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Complete. Jefferson the target. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. They find some open field here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Ramondre Stevenson, 73 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round, they told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. When there's extra defenders on the field, dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit into football.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line ready to go. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
Back to Stevenson on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off play action. Jones. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They go play action here on first down. Checking this down to Stevenson. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Got Stevenson again, back-to-back plays. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Back to throw. Jones. The quick slant caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Pats have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Point after, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So they convert on fourth, and now from just outside the 30, here's 1st and 10. And he's got room. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 57 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Once more, Gibson. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
And some space here. And they do get him out of bounds finally, but the damage is done. A big hitter on what proves to be the final play of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Operating from the gun, Jones, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Looking to throw. Jones under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
On any 1st and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
2nd down and goal. Jones. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
And now off to the races, down the right side. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Antonio Gibson, 97 yards. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the 44, Jones. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Jones now on 3rd down. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. The Patriots send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
From the 22, Mahomes under pressure, and down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
3rd and long. It's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished. And now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Stevenson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Jones. He gets this to Thornton. Touchdown, Patriots. Tyquan Thornton, 44 yards. And the Patriots have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. Mahomes. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yep, the opportunity squashed. And he's going to be unable to get upfield as they take him down at the 21-yard line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They run once more with Stevenson. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle at the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On 3rd down, here's Stevenson. Looking to run. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 117 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.